Post Malone is Ray Fillet.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what exactly are we talking about?
We are talking about the new Ninja Turtles movie, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing that was coming out.
It's actually got a weird animation style, but I like it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
animated where like it's like a watercolor painting background.
Yeah.
Oh,
almost
okay,
gives
hang
it-
on. So,
Yeah.
is this the same thing that, because when I watch AEW on Sling, they sometimes like advertise Pizza Hut, and I know there's a
Yes,
Teenage
it's the
Mutant.
ones with the Pizza Hut commercial.
Okay, it's the ones with the Pizza Hut commercial.
Yes. It's got that kind of weird, but like I like it. It gives it almost like a CGI claymation look,
Right.
but it doesn't look bad.
Yeah, no, it looks beautiful. Like straight up, it looks beautiful. It looks gorgeous.
Yeah, I love it.
Like it looks like a painting.
And honestly, as big a nerd as Seth Rogen is, I kind of have dude.
All the
I'll
Seth
give you a
Rogen
shot.
Seth Rogen has a really good track record with his production studio.
Hang on.
A lot of his movies are coming
Yeah.
out really good.
Music by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross.
Yeah. No, it's but no, we have I'm gonna butcher this name. Actually, I'm gonna let somebody else try and butcher it because I'm not gonna be that guy.
What name?
I am posting it.
It's got a massive celebrity cast list, but that's because what it's doing is having every like tons of the mutants in the movie are just going to be like side characters who kind of show up once or twice. So it's the huge cast list is like that.
So Jace, that name is pronounced Io Adabiri.
Okay, she's playing April O'Neil, Io Adabiri, Rose
The
Byrne.
only kid I recognize is that the kid playing Leo is the guy who plays Gumball in the Gumball show.
Really?
Rose Byrne is playing Leatherhead.
They got
Seth
teenagers to
Rogen.
voice the turtles.
Seth Rogen is Bebop. Jackie Chan is Master Splinter.
Yeah.
I like that one. I really do.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good casting, yeah.
That's a very good casting. Yeah.
Paul Rudd is Mondo Gecko.
I don't know who that is.
Me neither.
Nick.
All right. If you will
Mondo
excuse me
Gecko, man.
momentarily, I am going to go piss.
You go take that piss.
Yeah.
All right, Nick, if you could fill in because I know the name, I'm just not.
Ton of them are just it's one of those things where it's like ton of them are just character of the fucking week mutants who would show up.
But they're ones that have been in like old cartoons that are getting like hey.
Mondo Gecko was a gecko who skateboarded. You know, there was the fucking there was a bunch of frogs named after like famous conquerors like Genghis.
Yeah, I just read
those
this.
guys
Genghis
showed up more than once.
I just read it on the cast list. Genghis Frog.
Yeah,
Christ.
Going on, John Cena is playing Rocksteady. I actually think that could be hilarious.
Could be.
Nastasia
Demetrio
playing Wingnut. Giancarlo Esposito is Baxter Stockman.
Yeah.
Maya Rudolph is Cynthia Utrom. Ice Cube is Superfly.
Cynthia Utron. I fucking even know. Yeah, no,
that's interesting.
The second trailer kind of gave up what the plot's going to be. And
on Wikipedia, it says the character Scumbug, a mutant insect, appears in the film where he's credited under himself.
Nicholas Cantu is playing Leonardo. Brady Noon is Raphael. Hannibal Buress is Genghis Frog. Post Malone is Ray Fillet. Micah Abbey is Donatello, and Shaman Brown Jr. is Michelangelo.
Yeah,
they got quite a big,
pretty good cast,
starring cast for the adults, and like you said, I'm really happy they're having actual kids play the kids this time.
Yeah, like Dee had said, the animated the CG animated Nickelodeon show from 2012, I believe, had them be like teenagers, but even that, it was like very clearly they were like 16, 17. They're going for they're 13.
they're like 14 or 15 here.
Yeah,
at
they're
the
they're
oldest.
young.
And I think like most people think older teens when they go with it. And I think this will be an interesting take where you have them more as that middle stage teens. Because I think that actually fits better with the Master Splinter dynamic.
For sure.
It's like whenever you see Batman training before he's become Batman, it's the fucking coolest because no one ever wants to talk about it for more than like a minute.
Right.
You're like, but you could do an entire comic series on that, and I would read it because that's great.
But yeah, no, I think it's got a good chance of being good. I'm excited for it.
It's definitely going to be like really really fun.
You know, to circle back to Batman really quick, Jake had a really good tweet earlier. He had retweeted something that was like, "Give me your hottest Batman takes," and this isn't really so much a hot take, but a cool like suggestion that Jake threw out there. His response was, "The lack of superpowers isn't the only thing that makes Batman interesting, and it would be really cool to explore a dark, supernatural Batman, him turning into a swarm of bats, melding into shadows, having enhanced senses, speaking with the dead. It would all be interesting."
That's just Dracula. They just want
There
Dracula.
actually is a series where they have Batman as a vampire that does all that.
There's
Oh,
Yeah,
there's
that's called
been-
Batman Dracula.
Yeah.
Dracula. There's been a lot of Batman series that delve more into like the supernatural. There's a fucking movie that's coming out that's based on a Batman book called like Batman: The Doom That Came to Gotham. That is just Batman Cthulhu.
Oh yeah. I know about the Doom that came to Gotham.
That
like-
book
I mean,
is wild.
Fucking Arkham Asylum is named after Arkham, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a Batman hot take. I think Catwoman
Welcome.
sucks and isn't a good romance. Like, isn't the romance between Batman and
Damn,
Catwoman
you mean another mentally unstable person who's absolutely obsessed with stealing shit isn't a good match for the mentally unstable rich person? Damn, wild take.
Yeah, crazy
Yeah.
take.
Crazy.
How could you say something
facetious?
so controversial but yet so brave?
So
You're
brave.
being facetious? You say that to Batman fans and they freak the fuck out.
Yeah,
Oh, I
because
know.
Batman friends are also crazy. Like, I don't know what
I'll
to
give you
tell
one. I'll give you one.
Mhm.
The best relationship he's ever had
Also,
is
I'm back for
White
pissing,
Knight.
by the way. Hello.
Aye.
White Knight's very good.
is in White Knight, and it's Harley.
White Knight's real good. Yeah, the idea that
It's-
fucking Joker just was so sick in the head that he didn't even realize he had a second Harley
Well,
is really funny.
See, D, probably you haven't read the sequel to it where it's set like some like 10, 20 years later,
Nah.
and like you find out that like Bruce and Harley eventually got together.
Oh, come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah,
No.
and it is
No,
honestly-
like in like a no, in like a
it honestly
in like
works. It is
it's
his
a
most
good-
healthiest relationship. It's
yeah,
great.
I mean,
because it's Bruce after he's like done his jail time, and
I mean-
Harley after she's basically gotten over the bullshit that happened with Joker, and they've both become like it's written really well. It sounds like bad fan fiction, but it's written very well.
No, it's very good.
I mean, one of the best relationships he's ever had was okay. All right, here's my hot take. Are you ready for this?
Sure.
Batman Returns. No, not Batman Returns. Batman. Which one is it? Batman Forever, the one where Val Kilmer is Batman.
yes, I love that movie
One
so
of the
much.
best. I'm not gonna say it's the best Batman movie.
Oh, it's not.
Really, really,
It's
really
a bad.
good.
It's a bad
Hold
movie,
on.
but I fucking
Hold on.
love it.
Hold on.
Are you
Kevin
telling?
Smith has confirmed the Schumacher cut exists.
Yeah, let's go. Are
If
you
we can
telling
get-
me?
No, if Schneider can get his fucking stupid ass cut,
Don't
I
get
want the
me
Schumacher cut.
Release
Please
the
You
don't
give me the
Schumacher.
Schumacher cut. It's got like an extra 40 goddamn minutes of movie.
I think
I
I,
am-
think the official runtime of extra footage was 57 minutes.
I am-
no, it's
I am begging you to not release the Incredible Hulk from inside my body that is talking about the Justice League movie. Please don't do this to me. You would
Please
not
don't.
like me. You would not like me.
Yeah,
Man.
it's not fun. It's not
D-
fun because
D-
like
Not like me when I have to talk about this
D-
movie.
D, close your eyes with me. No, D. Deep breath.
Yeah.
In.
Yeah.
Hold it. Hold it.
Yeah.
Let it out.
As long as we're talking about comic book hot takes, can I just say I have been reading Spider-Man since I was like 6. You know? They did it. I don't care about Mary Jane anymore.
No, don't
you
say
mean this whole
that.
shit, Paul?
And no, I mean like before all of this, I didn't like even when Nick Spencer's like, maybe I'm gonna get them back together. I don't care, Nick Spencer. I don't care about Mary Jane anymore. Just give him with something you guys give a fuck about. So when they wrote this story, I read it and I went, oh, this is a really nice way to write Mary Jane out of the series. You need to. She's gone now. She's gone now, and you need to get her away.
No, the worst part, he's a fucking self-insert.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I don't care. You're done. You did it. You wrote. It's a really good story. It's actually fun. She becomes like Sarah Connor for like an issue, and like I said, you wrote a really good way to say, okay, Mary Jane's gone now, and that's what you need to do. Comics, you need to sit there and go, Peter and Mary Jane now need to go like split, and he doesn't fuck with her anymore. Like that's it. Like, don't try to sit there and tell me like, oh, maybe they'll get to. I don't care. No. You wrote a story.
But what if they do a Ross and Rachel where maybe they were just on a break?
They'll get back together again. Like, you can't even talk. You can't even say.
Okay, now hold on.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
Hold on. What they needed to do is way back, actually let them be a fucking happy married couple. Because it worked.
No. It's too late.
It's
over. Been 2 decades now.
It's over.
It's what they needed to do.
Yeah.
Now,
it's been 2 decades now. We can't do that anymore.
Like, no, he's not relatable. Bull fucking shit. Bullshit.
He'd be a lot more relatable if he had like a stable girlfriend.
They think the core demographic is still like
the dream is over.
Little kids, and it's not. Like, it's your older teens now, and like into adults. So like,
I'm with Nick. I don't give a shit anymore. I don't care.
Yeah, no, that's honestly, the thing. They made it so you don't give a shit now.
If I'm being 100% honest, One More Day just ended my caring of comic books. I don't give a fuck about comics anymore.
You know, we've talked about that before.
Perfectly valid.
We have talked about that before on this show.
That is perfectly valid.
Me, I'm just like, please just start writing good. If this is what you need to do to like get a clean slate and start like some good writers, because as much as I hate One More Day, like the comic series, the runs they had after were really good. As much as One More Day sucks, like One More Day led into shit like Superior Spider-Man and so like
that's the thing is like One More Day killed my love of continuity in comic books. I don't care about continuity anymore because it's all the same. It's never going to change.
Bad.
So just give me the Elseworlds and the What
Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne will always be Batman. The Joker will always be the Joker, and no amount of jiggery pokery is ever going to change that.
Meanwhile, Meanwhile, the comics that have been really good are the ones where it's like
you have it wrong. There's 3 Jokers.
No, because in the 3 Jokers comic, they kill the 2 Jokers, so there's only 1 Joker left.
And then they tease they're gonna make Jason Todd a Joker. They tease they're gonna make Jason Todd a Joker, and don't do it.
It's the worst thing ever. I hate comic books. I hate them so much, y'all.
Do you know how interested I was in fucking Batman when they said he was gonna marry Catwoman for a solid fucking year? They went, he's gonna marry Catwoman, and then
they just
didn't.
They just
and I'm
didn't.
like,
and not any like, oh, there's like a big event where like something happens and it breaks them up. No, do it.
No, you want to know what the best parts of those were?
She got cold feet. Fucking Kill
Her
me.
best friend, who you never knew about until now, which, by the way, good writing team on that one,
Yeah, good job,
told
bud.
her, "Are you sure you want to marry Bruce Wayne?" And then Catwoman went, "You know what? Maybe I shouldn't." And then it was all a ploy by Bane.
I just. Hey, you know what sucks?
Honestly,
Comic
though,
books.
to talk about a good part of that, because I'm like the double date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I love
See,
that
like,
whole bit.
yeah, like the one-off issue. I was just thinking, like, you know what was a really good comic? Oh god,
When
what's
they
his name? I
fucking
can't believe
swap
Mr.
costumes.
Miracle.
Yeah.
The Mr. Miracle run was really fucking good, you know?
Yeah,
like,
like-
it's these things that
The entire time I was looking at and reading the stuff about the X-Men, the Trace Hickman X-Men stuff, I couldn't enjoy it because all I was thinking is, when are they going to break it? When are they going to break it? They're going to break it. When are they going to break it? And when are we going to get back to status quo X-Men? Because it's coming. And I do that for literally everything now, and it sucks.
Do we want to talk about how mainline Beast is arguably worse than Dark Beast now?
What is that? I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. You can't
So
just
first
say
of all,
words at me like that.
Dark Beast is the Beast from the Age of Apocalypse timeline.
I like your
where
funny
he's
words, Magic Man.
where he's just you at very least have seen have passing knowledge of Age of Apocalypse, because that's the timeline where they go.
Yeah.
You ever see the X-Men be like super fucking gritty, hardcore 90s?
No,
That was
listen.
probably from Age of Apocalypse.
Listen.
All right.
I'm not an X-Men guy.
Do you know Archangel?
Yeah.
No.
You know? Okay. If
I
you
know
know
Ar-
Archangel,
Wolverine has one hand.
The most X-Men thing I know about is all Deadpool related.
Anyway, so there was a timeline there was a comic series in the 90s where it's called Age of Apocalypse, where it's what if the X-Men but the future was fucked up, and ruled by the X-Men villain Apocalypse. In it there's a character called Dark Beast, because it's just Beast, Dr. Hank McCoy, but he's evil. Like, that's it. It's
Very
just
cool
evil
name
Beast.
for that concept.
It's the 90s, man. All right. So anyway, he's one of the few characters who was interesting enough to escape that timeline and appear every now and then over the past like 30 years in X-Men comics. And
Are you talking about like the superior Iron Man?
Anyway, so right now, currently, normal Beast is doing some shady ass shit.
It's some shit that even Dark Beast would go, "Hey, dude."
Yeah, he's doing some real evil shit. And people are going, "This has to be Dark Beast, otherwise this is a total character assassination of Dr. Hank McCoy."
I'll put it this way: there's a Wolverine farm.
He's cloning stupid Wolverines so that he can send them on missions where he'll go and kill someone and probably get killed himself. Like, it's literally, he clones Wolverine but stupid so that he won't question him, and goes and sends him killing just like people he needs killed.
Yeah.
It has to be Dark Beast, or else fuck it, Beast sucks.
Yeah, Dark Beast has okay. To pull
and the
a
sad part is we don't even know. It might not be Dark Beast, because they've done this with just about every other X-Men. Every main when any person you think of as the word X-Men in the past like 20 years has been turned into like just the dumbest, evilest person. Like, you remember when Cyclops was the Boy Scout and not the fucking worst X-Men who ever lived?
Remember when Captain America was a Nazi sympathizer?
Yeah, like it's just
not to pull a Godwin, but like with what current Beast is doing, Mengele would be like, "Dude, back the fuck up."
So the big thing they're doing in the current X-Men is having everything that the X-Men have been building towards, all of Tracy Hickman's stuff, be undermined by, like, at first it was just like, we'll make the very obvious X-Men bad guys be the one doing shit. And now they've just gone to, basically every person who's like in charge of like
Oh yeah,
the
Apocalypse
Krakoa
and
is
Sinister
doing
are
shit.
part of the ruling council.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, remember when Jean Grey and Wolverine and Cyclops were in a polykill and had matching rooms next to each other? I
Yeah,
sure remember that.
yeah. Hey, guess what? No one cares about that anymore, and we're not going
I
to
care
follow
about
that.
it. I think it's cool.
So,
Instead,
Fucking dumb
Cyclops.
what they've done with
it's-
X-Men.
Instead, Cyclops is doing a very massive rebranding and decided to just drop the whole Cyclops thing and hopes no one will notice that he just calls himself Captain Krakoa.
What?
And
Wait,
hopes
no,
that,
that's not his name. He didn't name himself Captain. No, he didn't. He
Yeah,
sure
you
didn't
know, like
do
Captain
that.
America, but
No,
Krakoa.
he didn't.
And he's
Oh,
really
no.
hoping this rebranding is going to help with his image.
I have a.
Ooh, my boy, I got bad news for you.
I was
That's
just
a bad
I
name.
was just doing a read through Wikipedia and I saw something called the Brood and I was like, that's just a xenomorph.
Yeah, the
Oh
Brood.
yeah, no. See, that's cool because that's from like the 80s, no 70s. That's from the 70s, maybe 80s. I can't remember when Giant Size came out.
I gotta
When
see what this
the X-Men were like, they were like,
shit
we
is
want to
about.
do space stuff with the X-Men, which is when the X-Men were probably the coolest.
Yeah.
And they're like, we want the X-Men to face xenomorphs, but we don't own the rights to xenomorphs. DC does, so we're just
Yeah.
gonna make up our own xenomorphs, and they're even more horrifying because you know how like xenomorphs put the eggs
Yeah.
in you and then they burst out your chest.
Yeah.
The brood put their eggs in you, and then you just turn into a brood.
Yeah, they're basically like
Yeah, they're nasty.
I just
they're
want to
Tyranid, basically.
I want to point out something really funny. The artist for the Brood, his name is Dave Cockrum.
Yeah, Dave Cockrum's like one of the best
Good
like
name.
artists.
Yeah,
Hey, the Captain Krakoa costume looks like fucking trash. Hey, that looks real bad, guys. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, like I said,
I haven't.
Scott
Wait.
is really hoping that his
Heard about
rebrand's
the name. I've
gonna
not
hit.
seen the look. Post a picture.
It's really bad colors.
What the fuck
Like I
is
said,
this?
He's got
What
like
is
he's
this?
got like fucking twigs coming out of his fucking helmet. What the
It's
fuck,
coral.
man?
It's coral.
I don't care. It looks like trash.
It does
Hang
look
on, I'm
really
posting it. I'm
fucking
posting it.
bad.
For our audio listeners, which is everyone listening to this currently, Captain Krakoa, just look it up. It looks
Jesus fucking Christ! What the fuck?
like he looks like
I'll say
looks
this.
like if
I
the
don't know
maker-
what this artist is doing with the hair because that's not how it goes normally. That's an artist thing, but everything else and like the boots and gloves are a bit more like sleeked, but like the general design you see where it's like where you look at it and you go, if you were to make that everything that's green red and that would just be Cyclops' costume. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Where if you were to make all the green red, it would be just his current costume. And yeah, it's
it
almost as if Scott didn't put a lot of thought or effort into it.
He looks like if the maker got a really bad costume,
Oh Jesus Christ!
which is weird because that's also what Xavier currently looks like.
It's almost as if the maker costume is really fucking cool.
Yeah, and everyone
No
wants to
one
emulate it
uses
now.
No one who writes popular comics uses the maker. So Marvel's like, how about you guys go use the fucking maker?
Do you think?
Yeah,
Hey,
like
hold
how-
on. Maker is from Ultimates,
Yes, Ultimate.
right?
He's Ultimate.
Ultimate.
Yeah, he's Ultimate.
So do you
Remaker.
think we're gonna have a return of him with this
He
run?
has to with whatever
Possibly,
whatever the fuck the Ultimate Universe Returns is.
Trace Hickman loves the maker and like the Ultimate Universe, so it is entirely possible we'll get something out of that.
Now, he's like one of the few that could actually make this
Honestly,
universe interesting, right?
yeah,
Well,
probably.
yeah, like the Maker's the coolest. It sucks that a lot of good Ultimate ideas only happened after Ultimate was dead.
Honestly, what I would love to see is original Ultimate Peter Parker coming back as a villain. I know
Some
that
parts of Ultimate should stay dead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As
like
someone-
like the Ultimates for one.
As
He
someone who's read
already-
through all of Ultimate Spider-Man,
No. Did you read all of Ultimate Spider-Man,
Yes.
It's a lot. There's a
including
lot.
into Miles and including after when they brought Peter back to life.
I believe so. I can't remember.
Okay.
I just had a huge document that had all the Ultimate Spider-Man comics on it, and I read everything, single fucking thing in that folder.
Because they already
see.
brought Peter back to life, like right before they eventually collapsed the universe, where Peter got brought back.
Like,
And it was an issue in Miles where like he comes to Miles and Miles is like, "Yo, you supposed to be dead," and Peter's like, "Yeah, I think so, and I'm scared to go see my family because I'm supposed to be dead."
yeah, like Miles is one of the few good things to come out of Ultimates.
You try like Only.
Yeah. Yeah. What else? What else good came out of the Ultimates?
Like I
I'm
would
trying to
love.
think. I really
hang
am.
on. Now, hang on.
I would like to see.
The Maker's
I would
good.
like to see like now that there's no care being given to make the people in Ultimates good guys. I would like to see an Ultimates comic now
Yeah.
where they go, okay, yeah, the Ultimates just suck.
That isn't just a fucking allegory for the war in Iraq. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's also like where you're allowed to go as far as where you allow him to go as far as he fucking wanted, and you weren't trying to sell an ongoing series, just
Yeah.
like an Ultimates graphic novel where you allow him to just go fucking nuts.
So hang on. I'm trying
Give
to
him a
think of
definitive endpoint.
Give me a second.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the good things that the Ultimate Universe came from. Miles Morales, The Maker, Black, Samuel L. Jackson, Nick Fury.
That one issue of Spider-Man where him and Wolverine's brains got swapped.
Yeah, that's good. It's also really good in when they did it in Ultimate Spider-Man the TV show.
Yeah.
Uh,
Couldn't quite do everything because
Yeah.
in the comic Peter accidentally cuts off his fingers and freaks the fuck out.
yeah, that was fun.
The Ultimate
at the end-
Spider-Man video game.
At the end, oh yeah, the Ultimate Spider-Man
Ultimate
game is
Spider-Man
very good, and also canon with the comic, which is fucking wild.
Oh yeah. Not Web of fucking what's it called? Shattered Dimensions, because the Ultimate version was in Shattered
Yeah,
Dimensions and played by
true.
Josh Keaton.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
true.
you know what? I will get you to watch Spider-Verse immediately. Spectacular Spider-Man has a cameo and Josh Keaton says words.
I know, I've seen it. It's
I don't know how
fine.
you haven't fucking gone to watch it yet. They call out
don't have any
specifically. I don't think Christopher Daniel Barnes gets a line in it. Your Spider-Man specifically gets lines.
Yeah, he does. It's great. Love that. Love that Spider-Man. Let me see, hang on. I think that's about it, right? Because like the Ultimates is trash garbage. The Ultimates 2 is even worse. That's the one where we get the incest angle.
Yeah.
Everything good. Like there's like 5 cool one-offs that, like I say, happen towards the end, and everything else is just somehow tied into Spider-Man.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
You know, it's like
you might be right.
one of the things I liked about the Ultimate Universe. J. Jonah Jameson and Peter had a really interesting and fun relationship where, like, after Ultimatum, Jameson basically saw Spider-Man saving people a minute and realized, oh fuck, I'm the asshole.
And so he puts the paper towards helping Spider-Man instead of
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
All right, Peter's relationship with Aunt May is the best it was ever written and ever has been written.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Mary Jane's great. I think Bendis
Gwen's great. I fucking love Gwen in the fucking universe.
Bendis really understood teenagers in a big way, which why he decided to fucking do Superman. I never fucking understand. Superman's so fucking bad. It's so bad, y'all. Oh god. Bendis' Superman's so bad.
There was a run after I don't know if Bendis was still writing it, but Bagley had stopped drawing Ultimate Spider-Man, and they had a new artist come in, and it's a completely different art style. And the tone really shifts in Ultimate Spider-Man. But I love it because it becomes Spider-Man and his amazing friends, where Human Torch and Iceman come to live with Peter and his aunt, along with and he already has like Gwen there, and I think
Yeah.
Kitty basically becomes another party member, and like I said, it's basically a new version of Spider-Man and his amazing friends, as just them having to deal with like teenager stuff
It's fun.
and being superheroes, and it's really really fun.
The idea that Bendis does such good down to earth stories, and for him to try to do Superman, it's like you can do down to earth Superman. You can't do down to earth Superman the way Bendis writes. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't. We've learned this.
Superman doesn't quit.
No, he really
Like,
doesn't.
and so if you think of anyone who writes characters like that, it's like you can't do that with Superman, you know?
Right.
Like imagine
Right.
Bendis trying to write like Wolverine. It's like that wouldn't be good. That's not that character. You know?
But at
The
the
things
same
you do
time,
is not the things
like,
they do.
he's also his Batman is really good because he has really good characters around Batman that get to do some really good stuff. That I
But
will
also-
say that Batman Universe comic is real fucking good.
But it's also Batman's malleable enough that, like, despite
Sure.
what Batman fans will say, Batman does joke.
Yeah.
Batman quips. Batman
Yeah.
quips are the best quips.
Yeah, no, Batman has always had a bit of a snarky side.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, you want to take it all the way up to its absolute limit, you're going to Adam West.
Yeah.
But, like,
Sometimes you just can't. Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
You say that, and I'm like, I don't know. Scott Snyder. Was it Scott Snyder who did the Justice League?
What do you
Zack
mean?
Snyder.
No, Scott Snyder is a writer.
Oh,
Zack
you're
Snyder
still talking
is
about
a
comic
filmmaker.
books. Got you.
Scott Snyder did like a Justice League run where Batman
Yeah.
would say things. He said a lot of stuff and he did a lot of stuff, but the one everyone remembers is when the Justice League's feeling down and Batman's made up a plan and he's like, we're gonna go and we're gonna fight them and be the Justice League and we're gonna win. And like someone's like, well, what happens if they start to beat us? And Batman goes, well, then we're just gonna justice harder, all right?
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah. I actually
And
remember
it's
that.
like, whoa, woof. I love it. Everyone hated it because they're like, Batman's being dumb and campy. And I'm like, no, this is great.
Yeah, that's Batman.
Jaro absolutely should have become a Robin.
yes.
Batman-
Yes.
Batman
No, I will
Justice
die on that hill with you.
Yeah.
I love Jaro.
Batman to Justice League. I'm currently falling from low Earth orbit. I need someone to catch me.
2
Literally,
seconds
anyone.
later.
Still falling. It's one of my favorite lines of all time. It's because it's just perfectly Batman, but it's also really funny. Or like when Batman sings "Am I Blue?" Like,
Yeah.
you can be funny and have Batman without being awkward and weird.
Right.
Like, it's possible. People do.
Well, like literally, there's one. I think it's in one ones where you have Batman 66 somehow in with like one of the darker Batmans, and like he has a bat female villain repellent,
That's
Very
great.
and he sprays
That
it
sounds
in
like
her
some Brave and the
face.
Bold bullshit.
Yeah.
And then he sprays it in her face, and then like all it can be described as is a bat skedaddle.
When I was a young punk kid, I was very anti-comedy Batman. I did not like Brave and the Bold because it got rid of the Batman, which I thought was pretty good. I didn't like the Adam West show. I still have problems with the Adam West show, but it's mostly just because of the time it was created. But like the older I've gotten, the more I'm like, man, you know, it's all right.
Yeah,
You
Brave and the Bold is
wouldn't
great.
punch a
I love
woman,
Brave and the
Batman. Batman, you wouldn't punch a woman. The
Yeah.
fists of justice are unisex.
They're unisex. Yeah.
that's great. That's an objectively great line.
I always thought that Batman had to have like pathos and angst, and he had to be dark. Not really.
Yeah.
You want that in a comic book, but it doesn't have to be the only thing.
Always. No.
Think
Hey,
about it,
look,
though.
look. If you
Kinda
are
joke every now
ever,
and again.
if you are ever consuming Batman media and he brings out back shark repellent, you fucking
Yeah.
clap.
Yeah, you clap when you
Look,
see it. Exactly.
Think about
Exactly.
it though. Think about it though. Anybody that's had massive trauma tends to have a great sense of humor.
Yeah.
So like, think about Batman. And now think about the sense of humor that has to go with that. Like, dude's got jokes.
Yeah, it's fun.
Just because he doesn't pull them out all the time like Ollie does.
I was literally trying to figure out how to bring Ollie into this conversation.
I don't know who Ollie is.
Because Green Arrow is just
Green Arrow is
yeah.
literally Batman without the angst.
Yeah.
Without angst. And I'm like, sometimes it gets to be a little too much. But then again, with Ollie, you can always fall back on him yelling about someone being a fascist. I can't believe we have gone like the 80 some odd years Ollie's been around, and he's never once called Batman a fascist. Like, him and Batman are always bros. And I'm like, shouldn't
never called him a jackbooted thug.
Yeah,
not once.
No, he's called a hell. He's called hell a jackbooted thug, but he hasn't called Batman that.
He's never once
no, you're right.
called
No, it was
Batman.
now. Yeah.
My favorite thing about the Arrowverse is anytime Batman gets brought up, because Batman is apparently like a character at some point. Ollie gets mad because he was the first one to do the vigilante thing.
Yeah.
Like, no, I was the first vigilante. Like, fuck, you can't. That dude in Gotham is nothing. It's great. I love that shit.
Man, there's like a Lego Batman game where they have Stephen Amell play the Green Arrow, and it makes me so angry because he is really good at being funny, Ollie, and they just never let him do it in the show. And it's like, he could have been like the perfect Green Arrow, because him doing Lego fucking lines is great.
Yeah, that's great. That is fantastic.
Yeah, no, Ollie is like, when somebody knows how to write Green Arrow, it's great.
The perfect blend of being funny and relatable, but also, well, not relatable, being funny and interesting, but also just the most boomer ass.
Yeah, very, very, very
idea of authority ever. It's like,
I love Ollie.
You can say those things. You can say those things about fascism, Ollie, because you're rich. No, it's because I'm a common man.
Yeah,
that's why I fucking love fucking oh god, fucking Up to My Knees, Max.
Max Landis. Yeah,
Max Landis's like take on Ollie as friends with fucking Superman, and constantly trying to get him to talk about like. Let me tell you about capitalism.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about capitalism, Clark. I don't have time for this, Ollie. There's a scene where this newest thing where Ollie and Clark are together, and Ollie says like they're just like hanging, they're like staking out a thing, and Ollie suddenly goes to Clark. It's like, all right, fuck, marry, kill. Rihanna, Madonna, Hitler. And Clark goes, you can't have the fuck, marry, kill where two of them are super obvious and one's the super obvious bad guy.
I don't want to. No. I don't want to kill him.
Hitler's the wild card. He's like, this is why I don't hang out with you, Ollie.
It's very good. Yeah. I love. I really adore Stephen Amell's Oliver Queen. I think it's a really great character. The Arrowverse stuff is really, really good. I like it. It's very much a sort of an evolution of a character where he was this like giant asshole, and then he became. You can see him evolve over time to being from like he was never not this spoiled rich kid. He just used his money to like try to help other people, but he did it in such like a really shitty way because he was just murdering people constantly. And then that becomes like he properly evolves into being a hero once Barry shows up. Which, by the way, Barry and Felicity, like that was the proper like OTP. Are y'all still here?
Yeah,
we're
here.
Okay.
I'm still here. I just
sit here talking about like, does everyone leave?
I just have zero idea of what the fuck you're talking about.
So, Steven, have you not ever seen Arrow? You should watch Arrow, by the way. First 5 seasons of Arrow, then don't watch it after that. You don't need to.
And only watch the crossovers.
Yeah, and then only watch the crossovers. It's a hell of a show, and it kicked off its own universe. Like the Arrowverse is a full-fledged thing. Like Flash is amazing.
You should know who Stephen Amell is. He was in AEW for a minute.
Yeah, I know who Stephen Amell is. You want me to watch it? You want me to watch a CW show?
Yeah,
it was actually
because
good.
It was the best television. Like early Arrow, early Flash, early Legends of Tomorrow was some of the best like superhero television.
TV.
we had gotten since like
Yeah.
the DCAU.
And then
And then
yeah,
it
and then
kind of
it
all went
evolves.
to shit.
Well, it definitely gets worse around the time of like season 5. But by then you have Legends into a couple of seasons. You have Flash into a couple of seasons, and
Flash,
yeah.
Legends, and Arrow are all really good, and all kind of start to peter out after 5 seasons,
Yeah.
which is still a hell of a run for
No,
any series.
I
Hold
will
on.
say
I
Legends
can't
is
remember.
still good
Was
to this day.
Supergirl right after or during that?
Supergirl is around that time. It was a different company. It got folded into it later.
Yeah,
Gotcha,
I think
okay.
Supergirl is
That's how
around
that
season
went, yeah.
2 of the Flash. So like pretty, but yeah,
Yeah.
like it's if you haven't watched like Arrow or Flash or Legends, you should check them out because they are very good television. There's
Definitely.
a reason everyone's kind of angry that they didn't just have Grant Gustin and the Flash be the new Flash at the end of fucking like I like the Flash movie. It's like a dumb fun time. But the fact that like they just don't replace him with Grant Gustin at the end, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like you have like literally the perfect Flash.
Right.
Yeah, agreed.
And now we haven't had Arrow in anything other than the series, right?
He crosses over with some things.
No, I mean like movie wise.
No.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no. As far as we're aware, the Green Arrow's never been in anything else.
Never gonna do nothing. Well, because he's not Batman. The Green Arrow isn't on the Justice League. Why would he get his own movie?
Yeah, exactly.
Place of origin, Star City.
Yeah, Starling City.
Yeah.
All of I think in Arrow it's called Starling, but isn't the original just Star City?
Yeah, I'm looking at Wikipedia. That was a lot of comic book talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot that
Well,
I
because
don't understand.
anytime we start talking about bad comic book stuff, I try to make sure I end it by saying something good so that we can all get real positive. I want us to start the conversation with comic books suck and end the conversation with comic books are great.
Right. No, I get what you're doing there.
Totally
I get it.
you. Totally get you.
I will say so. Like, if you are gonna watch this, watch as much Arrow as you can until Grant Gustin shows up as Barry, and then start watching Flash, and then maybe pick up Supergirl. I really like the first season of Supergirl.
The first season's good because they think the first like season or 2 is good because they don't know if the series is going to continue, and so they just do everything you can do with Supergirl, and then you can just stop.
Yeah, I agree with that. The girl, the girl that they got to play Supergirl is fucking great. She's amazing. I love her.
All of these characters are at their best in any of the crossovers they do with any of the other characters because it's almost like the writers go, oh, I don't have to write them as they're being written in the series right now. I can write them as the characters. So,
which is why Legends is so good because after the first season of Legends, they basically go, okay, we have these characters from these shows that we aren't really doing a lot with, and they don't really have good character arcs, or they're like bad people or shit like that. Let's take them, put them into the show, and we're basically going to therapy them. It is therapy for the characters of this universe.
But also, while they're doing that therapy, time travel Back to the Future 2-esque shenanigans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Legends of Tomorrow is an amazing show.
What do you mean Gorilla God's gone back in time to kill Barack Obama as a teenager? as a college student.
We have to make America great again. It's amazing.
Make America, so it's great.
So
watch that shit.
Hold on. I haven't watched Legends. Is that like an actual thing?
Yeah, it's an actual thing.
Oh my god.
The first season's a bit rough because they're trying to do like the superhero thing of we have the bad guy we're going after and time travel. But then like after season 1, they just go, fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
The writers control the show.
Is all this on Max since that's Warner?
Probably.
I have no idea. I know Netflix had a lot of the shows. I know Netflix has a bunch of shows.
I looked it up. Netflix has Arrow.
Okay.
Doesn't it also have Flash? It used to have Flash. Maybe
I don't know about Flash.
I'm looking it up right now.
So while you're looking that up,
they do have Flash
and Legends,
and Supergirl. So like you could, if you have Netflix, you can watch all this stuff.
Okay, so While you guys were talking, I went to Chat GPT
Okay.
and I asked it to summarize the show Arrow in millennial slang.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Yo, listen up, squad. Get ready to dive into the wild ride that is Arrow. It's all about this dude named Oliver Queen, aka the Green Arrow, trying to save his city and deal with some major personal drama along the way. Let's break down with some millennial slang, fam.
All right.
Okay, nope, we're done. We're done.
So Ollie starts off as this rich AF playboy living in the high life.
No.
So that's gonna be it for After Dark tonight, everyone.
You know what you were
no,
doing,
no,
Matt?
coming.
Matt, do you know what you're doing? It's when you're reading things and saying LOL out loud. Right? It's when like that era of like we're gonna talk slang and I'm going to say things like LMAO as like a person physically saying it, and it's the worst.
Mm-hmm.
It's the worst because it just sounds like old man yelling at cloud when anyone whose voice box like is low says things like that. It sounds terrible. You have to be a child to say those things and not sound cringe as fuck.
But
Anyway.
he's got a tight crew. His ride or die peeps.
No,
No,
we're done.
no.
We're done. No,
You-
we're done.
Every sentence you say is making you sound 5 years older.
We're done.
You are going to hit
No
a
more.
point where you sound like you're 90. You're going to hit a point where you are...
podcasting platforms, wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah, you're going to be Steve
If you
Buscemi.
continue, I will drop out.
We
Okay.
will.
I just want.
Yeah.
I'll end on this note then.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's not related to the Chat GPT thing.
Okay.
You can fuck a bear in Baldur's Gate 3.
You can. Let's go.
I don't know if that means it's a good game, though.
I mean, it's not. That doesn't make it a bad game.
It's just
I
another
mean-
common Larian Studios W. All right, bye
Yeah,
everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Moral Ambiguity. If you want to get in touch with us, you can find all of our social media links at beacons.ai/moralambiguity. If you like the show, feel free to give it a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts and any other platform that allows you to do so. If you have a friend that likes Dungeons & Dragons or other TTRPGs, consider sending them the Beacons link. We would greatly appreciate it. See you next time.